Ndekazi Lungu. Thank you for joining us. The news headlines. The South African government has underscored commitment to navigating the Lungu family and government matter with mutual respect and principles befitting the memory of a revered statesman and the enduring bonds between the two nations. Ministry of Information and Media Permanent Secretary Thabo Kawana has called on the Southern African Development Community SADC National Adjudication Committee to conduct a meticulous and professional review of entries submitted for the 2024 SADC Media Awards. Contractors have been warned against persistently violating contractual terms under the Constituency Development Fund CDF project. Stay tuned for the details coming shortly.
The news, 88.5 Sun FM.
And now the details. The Minister of International Relations and Cooperation of South Africa, Mr. Ronald Lamola, on Sunday concluded a high-level diplomatic mission to Zambia as a presidential special envoy. Minister Lamola was received by President Hakainde Hichilema, to whom he conveyed President Ramaphosa's profound condolences on behalf of the government and the people of South Africa. Minister Lamola expressed solidarity with the government and citizens of Zambia following the untimely passing of former President Edgar Lungu, assuring of South Africa's unwavering support during this period of national mourning. In reaffirming the South African government's position, Minister Lamola emphasized that a state burial in Zambia represents the most fitting tribute to honor former President Lungu's distinguished legacy and service to the Zambian nation. Concurrently, he acknowledged the legal obligation to respect the expressed wishes of the late former president's immediate family. He underscored the government's commitment to navigating the sensitive matter with the utmost dignity, grace, and mutual respect, principles befitting the memory of a revered statesman and the enduring bonds between South Africa and Zambia. Meanwhile, Patriotic Front PF Central Committee member Ephraim Shakafuswa has justified the family's decision to inter the late former President Edgar Lungu in South Africa rather than repatriating his body to Zambia. Mr. Shakafuswa stated that the move is rooted in a desire to preserve national peace, prevent potential unrest, and ensure a dignified farewell to the former head of state. He emphasized that while the decision has sparked considerable debate, it was made with Zambia's stability and unity in mind. Meanwhile, PF officials, leaders of opposition political parties, and Lusaka Archbishop Alec Banda arrived in Pretoria to pay their final respects, joining mourners ahead of Mr. Lungu's burial.
In what many are calling a somber turning point in Zambia's political history, the burial of former President Edgar Lungu still remains uncertain. His family confirmed that he will be buried in South Africa, a decision that has been made with mixed reactions in Zambia.
People do not realize.
Patriotic Front PF Central Committee member Ephraim Shakafuswa has defended the decision, citing what he calls a breach of trust between the government and the family. Mr. Shakafuswa points out to the blocking of mourners at Kenneth Kaunda International Airport as a flashpoint, describing the incident as a breeding spot of anarchy.
So a situation that was seen by the family that there would be anarchy in the country. Other than that, look, they've looked at the bigger picture, and out of love, they do not want to have bloodshed on their hands. You've seen how the cadres from the ruling party are actually snubbing the first family, coming up with memes that would break anyone down. And
he says the family fears the funeral in Zambia could be politicized or lead to public disorder, and made the difficult choice out of love for Zambians.
If we were to bury here, definitely people would fight, and really they do not want to have bloodshed on their hands. So the decision that they have taken is for the best interest of the nation.
The Southern African Students and Youth Development Association President Ibrahim Mwamba has also spoken, condemning what he says is unfair treatment of the family and urging Zambians to show respect and not ridicule.
Message that even today, as youth, if the family had that opportunity to reconsider to rescind the decision to bring President Lungu in Zambia, we are going to support the family. But it has reached at this hour, which President Hakainde Hichilema had an opportunity not to end the mourning period, but to see to it.
As it stands, Archbishop of Lusaka, Alec Banda, has joined mourners in Pretoria, where he is expected to preside over the funeral church service. He had been earlier requested to lead a memorial in Lusaka, but that the service was cancelled after funeral talks between the family and the government reportedly broke down. As the nation continues to terms with this unexpected turn, questions linger about what this means for national unity and the legacy of Zambia's 60th Republican president. Former President Edgar Lungu will be buried in South Africa, according to what others suggest, in the coming days, with the burial not known as at yet. Thomas Mwale, reporting for Sun FM TV News in Lusaka.
Ministry of Information and Media Permanent Secretary Thabo Kawana has called on the Southern African Development Community SADC National Adjudication Committee to conduct a meticulous and professional review of entries submitted for the 2024 SADC Media Awards. Addressing the committee, Mr. Kawana highlighted the significance of acknowledging journalistic excellence in promoting regional integration. He underscored that powerful storytelling strengthens bonds among SADC member states and encouraged the committee to champion transparency and high standards in the adjudication process. He further urged the development of targeted strategies and the organization of engagement events to boost the participation of professional journalists in future award cycles. Additionally, Mr. Kawana appealed to media practitioners to consistently highlight SADC's achievements in key sectors such as trade, transport, tourism, and energy. He emphasized that effective dissemination of regional programs and policies not only informs but also empowers citizens, enhancing public involvement in the integration agenda.
It is important to recognize the significance of the media in promoting the SADC agenda and regional integration. By effectively communicating SADC's activities, programs, and policies, the media can inform, empower, and persuade citizens to actively participate in regional integration. This, in turn, can drive public debate, policy changes, and ultimately the achievement of SADC's vision for a united, prosperous, and integrated Southern Africa.
We take a break and return with more news shortly after. Stay with us.
Win namamuli 1 million na ABSA. Play your cards right, Muntu Andy, and you could win big. Simply type any of your ABSA cards 5 times in a month, and you could be one of 10 lucky winners to take home a cheap 10-pin in monthly prizes or walk away with a grand prize of 250,000 kwacha. Chaliroku, and you cannot afford to not get lucky. Use your ABSA card to enter the draw. Terms and conditions apply. Your story matters. ABSA.
Contractors have been warned against persistently violating contractual terms under the Constituency Development Fund CDF projects. Speaking during an ongoing inspection of delayed works at the Mbwiko Maternity Annex and Kamukeza Maternity Annex in Chalimongela Ward, Zimba Town Council Secretary Collins Simonga said contractors who fail to meet project timelines and deliver quality work will be recommended for blacklisting and possible prosecution. Mr. Simonga further stated that Zimba Town Council is considering terminating contracts for non-performing contractors in order to expedite project completion and allow residents to access essential medical services. So far, Mapatizia constituency has constructed 5 maternity annexes in Chidi, Mulamfu, Mbuiko, Chalimongela, and Zimba wards. However, commissioning of the facilities has been delayed due to minor outstanding works that some contractors are yet to complete. Ends the news, and now the headlines once again. The South African government has underscored commitment to navigating the Lungu family and government matter with mutual respect and principles befitting the memory of a revered statesman and the enduring bonds between the two nations. Ministry of Information and Media Permanent Secretary Tabo Kawana has called on the Southern African Development Community SADC National Adjudication Committee to conduct a meticulous and professional review of entries submitted for the 2024 SADC Media Awards. And contractors have been warned against persistently violating contractual terms under the Constituency Development Fund CDF projects. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening as well. My name is Ndekazi Lungu. God bless.
The news, 88.5 Sun FM.
A comprehensive coverage of local and national news, business, politics, and sports. The Sun FM News was brought to you by ABSA. Your story matters.